Unbeknownst to you, the way you snuggle up in bed tonight may be the silent killer that lurks in your bedroom and increases your chance of stroke by as much as 40%. The devastating reality that keeps coming to light when families gather in hospital rooms, gazing at loved ones who were killed in the middle of the night, is that their nightly sleeping patterns could have been changed in a matter of seconds. Consider Margaret, the endearing 82-year-old grandmother from Ohio who, believing that it was the secret to good health, followed her mother's old advice and slept in the same position for decades. However, her brain's blood flow was subtly becoming a ticking time bomb due to that one harmless habit. Don't click away if you're over 60 or seeing this for a loved one. This is more than simply advice. It's a wake-up call to mornings full of energy rather than regret. Imagine this. While you sleep, your brain is working non-stop, eliminating toxins, repairing damaged cells, and adjusting the blood vessels that keep you alert and healthy. However, some positions, they create the conditions for catastrophe by choking that flow like a kinked hose. You've had no problems sleeping this manner for years? You're right. However, age changes the dynamics. Once safe things become a covert threat, circulation slows to a crawl, and vessels stiffen like ancient pipes. The bright side? Tonight, small changes drastically reduce your risk. We'll explore 7 detrimental sleep patterns that could destroy your brain, but I'll also provide you with easy solutions that will make you question why no one warned you earlier. If you're prepared to take back your nights and protect your future, type yes in the comments section. Sleeping flat on your back with no elevation, like a board in the grave, is habit number 1. This one surprises you with brain treachery instead of spine joy. Unbelievably, research from the Mayo Clinic indicates that it can increase intracranial pressure by 20 to 30%, putting stress on delicate veins that may burst. Do you recall Robert, the 73-year-old Texas teacher who retired? After reading an old blog, he gave up pillows and felt natural for years, until memory fuzz and dizziness struck like a freight train. His garden of neurons became a flooded mess as his blood gathered at the base of the skull. It is supported by Harvard research. Inflexible arteries cannot withstand the accumulation as we age, which instantly doubles the risk of stroke. Your plan of action for tomorrow. To gently raise your head, grab a thin pillow that is 2 to 3 inches high. Feel the flow return, wake up feeling rejuvenated, and align your spine like a straight arrow. No more using gravity to play Russian roulette. Habit 2. Burying your dreams under the pillow while flopping face down. Are you in dire need of back relief? Your fate is more twisted by this stance than by the actual suffering. Horrifying fact. According to statistics from the National Institute on Aging, it can squeeze carotid arteries by as much as 50%, depriving your brain of oxygen like a plant in the dark. Meet Maria, a vivacious artist from California who ignored the warning tingles and went belly-side after hip problems. She is 69 years old. Her comments were interrupted by tiny brush strokes, and her canvas began to collect dust. According to Blue Zone's research, long-lived people steer clear of this since it increases blood clots and cardiac strain. A comparison? Your neck creaks under tension until it snaps, much like a rusty hinge. Plan of action. To relieve pain and support your knees, try side sleeping with a body pillow cradling your front. Before bed, gently stretch by lying back, rolling your shoulders, and taking long breaths. Safety and comfort? Yours in a single evening. Habit 3. Head cocooned like a tomb, smothered under thick blankets. Cozy warmth is a breath-stealing trap, but it feels innocent. Rebreathing CO2 reduces brain oxygen by 15 to 25%, according to the Mayo Clinic, raising the risk of stroke and high blood pressure in older adults by 35%. Florida resident Sylvia, 72, had been pulling covers high since her early winters until her heart began to pound like a war drum and her gasping nights turned into hypertension hell. This strains your ticker, simulating high-altitude deprivation, where arteries contract fatally, according to Harvard's sleep laboratory. Imagine your brain as a fire that needs air to burn. If you put out the fire, the embers would go out. Plan of action. Wear thermal pajamas or breathable layers and lower the blanket to chin level. Raise the temperature to 68 degrees and add a small fan to help with circulation. Experience the return of oxygen. Your brain will appreciate the clearer dawns. Habit 4. Dozing like royalty in denial, upright in that recliner throne. Too lonely in bed? Are you being lulled by TV? your heart is crushed by this easy habit. Startling reality. According to the American Heart Association, gravity makes it 20 to 40% harder for a pump to reach your brain, which raises blood pressure and causes blood vessels to tear over time. After loss, Walter, an 81-year-old widowed soldier from New York, claimed his chair. Memories warm, but life was flipped upside down by headaches and dizziness. It blocks arterial highways and is linked to neck strain, according to the National Institute on Aging. Your blood? Sludge at red lights, clogging in uphill traffic. Action plan. Add neck cushions for support and recline no more than 30 degrees. Slow transition. Build to bed with stacked cushions every night for an hour. Take back your haven. Calm moments are waiting. Habit 5. Sleeping on the right side with an arm buried behind a pillow, security growing ominous. It's a circulation crusher, but it feels snug. Unsettling discovery. According to Blue Zone's research, it puts pressure on the vena cava, reducing cardiac return by 30% and leaving your brain dry and vulnerable to clots. For decades, Eleanor, 76, a former nurse from Illinois, was confined to her new normal, numb limbs, dizziness, until a near fall shocked her to her core. Statistics from the Mayo Clinic. Veins that are too old to recover can cause a 25% increase in stroke. Think of your blood as a sticky catastrophe, syrup in clogged pipes. Plan of action. With the lower arm facing forward and a pillow between the legs for alignment, flip to the left. Behind the body pillow? Magic that prevents rolls. Begin with half an hour. Your veins will be singing with relief. Habit 6. Restless rodeo robbing restoration, wild tossing and turning. It's a warning sign that signals trouble, not a position. Horrifying fact, Harvard advises that disturbed sleep causes a 50% increase in cortisol, which irritates arteries and triples the risk of stroke due to unrepaired toxins. Consider 74-year-old Frank from Arizona, who was fatigued from pain-induced flips and had apneic pauses that suffocated his nights until he was diagnosed with CPAP. The National Institute on Aging. No deep stages? Like plaque in arteries, brain waste accumulates. Your physique? A battleground that never gets better. Action plan. Evaluate. Monitor nights, adjust sagging mattresses, and chill the room to 65 degrees. If snoring roars, the doctor will chat. Calm routine. Herbal tea, low lighting, calm down. Habit 7. Disregarding the gold standard, which calls for left side elevation with complete support. Change the narrative. This is your brain's closest friend, not a form of avoidance. Stats that empower. Reduces risk by 40% by optimizing flow, according to Mayo and Blue Zones. Imagine Lena, 78, of Oregon, who switched after the scare, is now bouncing with grandchildren and her boats are doing well. Toxins flush like a spring clean, and the heart functions easily. Plan of action. Head up 2 to 3 inches, knees supported, and space ventilated. Construct your haven. Fan with fresh air, 65 to 68 degrees. Change gradually. Begin partially. Finish completely. Your future? Bolder and brighter. With 7 tendencies revealed and 7 ways to stay safe, you now have the power. But information without action? Potential lost. Imagine waking up full of energy, overcoming your fear of strokes, and spending sunrises with those you care about. If this inspired you, type "transform" in the comments section. Click subscribe to join our community and help us battle for every healthy dawn for more life-changing truths. Comment with your main takeaway, like this video, and share it with the parent or spouse who needs it the most. Tonight is when the garden in your head blooms. Take good care of it and let it flourish. You have tomorrow, so sleep soundly and get up strong.